My name is Bradford Hughes, and I'm honored to serve as president of Wilshire Country Club. And I'm proud of the work that the task force, the finance committee, and the board has executed over the past 18 months. Our club is at a critical juncture, and it's our responsibility as members to protect and enhance our most important asset, the golf course. Over the next few minutes, you'll hear from fellow members and the project team that has been assembled to deliver to you the most reliable information about the project. Our goal is to deliver to the members the finest golf course restoration, on time, on budget, and with the highest quality.
At the time of this filming, we just completed the 13th task force meeting. The 18 members of the task force were appointed by the board to represent every demographic of the club. Over the past 12 months, the project manager at Golf Projects International, who have completed more than 70 golf course development and renovation projects, have led us through an organized and thoughtful process. There is no doubt that the foundation of the project is to replace the failing infrastructure of the golf course, which includes the irrigation, drainage, greens, bunkers, tees, and of course to address the issues with the Baranka. One telling fact is that history dictates this is the first time Wilshire Country Club has studied in a detailed manner and planned a project of such magnitude with the support and input of experts and industry consultants. The cumulative effort will result in the board and membership exercising its responsibility to preserve the club's most valuable asset, the golf course. My earnest desire is that you will support the golf course restoration.
Hello, my name is David Smith, President of Golf Projects International. More than 18 months ago, the board of Wilshire Country Club invited my firm to manage a formal process to evaluate the options to restore your wonderful and historic golf course. As Jay Ackerman shared, we have a great deal of experience in the renovation and construction of golf courses. Recent projects in California include Hillcrest Country Club, Rancho Santa Fe Golf Club, and Sharon Heights Golf and Country Club. The task force has provided access to a team of professional consultants and industry experts, and financial data as they evaluated the options that range from the importance of executing the project to completing the project 9 holes at a time, grassing selections, options to address the challenges of the Baranka, and the overall cost of the project, including the impacts on membership revenue and club operations. The task force was committed and dedicated to their role, which culminated in a recommendation to the board to approve the golf course restoration project at Wilshire Country Club. Our firm was also responsible for building a project development team to include the golf course and landscape architects, environmental consultants, engineers, agronomists, and planning and permitting experts. Throughout the process, we were also responsible for managing the communications program, conducting a comprehensive bid process for the golf course, landscape, and irrigation, and providing the finance committee with detailed budget projections. Should the project proceed, our firm will also provide construction management oversight. Today, I'd like to introduce you to 3 key members of the project team, along with fellow members of Wilshire Country Club. So let us begin with a familiar face at Wilshire, golf course architect Kyle Phillips.
Over 15 years ago, we embarked on a journey to restore the original Macbeth bunkering and double greens back to their former glory. However, much of our plan was not executed, and we only scratched the surface of restoring this wonderful gem. Today, we're at an exciting point in the club's history. We have all of the expertise, passion, and resources in place to execute a restoration project that pays homage to Wilshire's rich history and define the club's commitment to quality in the years to follow. As you walk through the clubhouse, you can't help but be captivated by the generations of photographs depicting the grand old Baranka. Many of us have wondered if its grandeur could ever be restored. The Baranka, with its historical significance and strategic importance on 13 holes, is the heart of the course. It also serves as a critical component in the drainage infrastructure. To restore the golf course responsibly, we must address not just drainage, but also other vital parts of the golf course infrastructure, including irrigation, greens, tees, and bunkers. Addressing the infrastructure of the golf course is not an option at this juncture. It simply must be replaced or rebuilt. Task Force and board member John Shipka addresses the infrastructure and opportunities for your club.
Hello, I'm John Shipka, current board member
and proud to be a Wilshire Club member for over 15 years. The infrastructure of a golf course provides the backbone for responsible agronomic practices which result in optimal turf conditions and consistent playability. Our infrastructure is dilapidated and must be replaced. If we choose to ignore the dire conditions, we are doing a disservice to Wilshire Country Club and the membership by not protecting our biggest asset for which we are responsible. If we move forward with the project and only replace the infrastructure, we are not taking advantage of the opportunity to make Wilshire an elite golf course with architectural changes which can be implemented for an incremental cost during the infrastructure closure. The board is committed to deliver a product that is commensurate with the membership's desires and will place Wilshire's golf course in the upper echelon of Los Angeles golf and country clubs.
The time and the work the task force has committed in the interests of their fellow members is extremely impressive. I would like to reinforce the fact that restoring the Baranka is no simple task. Over the years, temporary fixes have narrowed the watercourse, and erosion continues to be a major issue, causing damage and even potential loss of some tees and greens as flooding occurs during winter storms. The Baranka at Wilshire Country Club is more than just a natural water feature. It's a central defining element that has played a significant role in the course's history. Stretching for over a mile from north to south, the Baranka presents both an asset and a challenge to Wilshire. This unique feature conveys a substantial volume of drainage from the urban watershed north of the course to a city inlet on the south end at 3rd Street. Now, let's discuss the comprehensive plans for the Baranka. This is a transformation that starts with professional engineering. To address the technical challenges, we're working closely with professional engineering firm M6. They are working diligently to widen, deepen, and fortify the Baranka, reducing the risk of flooding and erosion.
Over the past 6 months, M6 Engineering has been collaborating with Kyle Phillips' design team and has conducted hydraulic studies and defined the elements of civil engineering required for the Baranka. Our primary goal is to design the Baranka to convey 10-year flows through the course from the watershed to the north. Designing for larger flows is impractical, as it would result in unreasonably wide Baranka dimensions. To enhance water quality and reduce debris, we'll be implementing trash interceptors to filter tributary drainage from the urban watershed to the north. We're also introducing gabions, rock-filled baskets, to armor the Baranka and limit erosion. These gabions will also allow for creative planting that will help naturalize the protective features.
M6 Engineering is also designing an entirely new drainage system for the restored golf course. All of these elements will be combined into a master drainage model that aligns with our goals of water quality, drainage conveyance, and protection of the golf course features.
Our ultimate aim is to provide an aesthetically pleasing, reduced maintenance watercourse that improves the flow capacity and reduces damage during larger rain events.
Once the Baranka earthworks and armoring is executed, 11 bridges will be installed for golf carts, maintenance vehicles, and walking as specified by M6 engineers. During this process, we also have the perfect opportunity to upgrade the agronomic infrastructure of the green profile and grass species. There's been a great deal of constructive dialogue regarding the greens. These in-depth discussions have involved the task force with both Superintendents Brian Sullivan and Jack Benoit, the USGA nationally respected agronomist Mark Mahady, Golf Projects International, as well as top local superintendents who have rebuilt their greens in recent years. I can confirm without a doubt, the experts agree that bent grass is the best, only option for Wilshire Country Club. This is certainly my recommendation as well. The result of the upgraded green profile, that's the material below the grass, and with the introduction of bent grass, you can expect consistent greens 12 months a year, as well as a reduction of irrigation water usage. Rest assured that with today's agronomic cultural practices, the Poa annua can be kept out of the greens. A project of this quality and magnitude requires a qualified landscape architect, and in Pinnacle Design, we have the very best. Pinnacle has provided golf course landscape design services to more than 50 clubs in the last 25 years, and are experts in the Southern California climatic conditions. Ken Alperstein and his team have created something very special and delivered my vision to open up the interior of the course and to screen the perimeter. In addition, the native areas, which today cause so many issues, are going to now become a real strength of the course with subtle contours and plantings.
Pinnacle Design Company has had the pleasure of working with Wilshire Country Club design team, Golf Projects International, on many projects over the past several years. Some of our other notable projects include Shadow Creek, the Vintage Club, Scottsdale National, the Tradition, and of course Hillcrest Country Club with the same project team. As the golf course landscape architect, our team has worked closely with Kyle Phillips to develop a landscape design that is natural, drought tolerant, and one that complements the golf course to enhance the member enjoyment. The proposed new landscape design preserves the required 20 acres of turf reduction landscape beds. However, they have been relocated, so we will return to the concept of continuous turf grass from tee to green. The landscape beds adjacent to the golf course and in the areas that are in play will be lightly graded and will feature large, expansive areas of drought-tolerant buffalo grass with accent clump grasses to add texture to the beds. The buffalo grass will keep the dust to a minimum and hold the soil in place, eliminating the excess maintenance following rains, as well as slowing down errant golf balls from ending up adjacent to perimeter walls, fences, and residential properties. Most importantly, we plan to eliminate all the big clump grasses that eat golf balls. The residential properties and perimeter roads will also be screened with a variety of green shrubs to soften the transition. We anticipate removing up to 100 native trees on the interior of the golf course and planting or relocating 140 trees to the perimeters to frame the edges of the golf course.
Now let's review some of the design highlights that will redefine the Wilshire experience. Upon arriving at the first tee, members will be greeted with an expansive lawn area connecting to the short game practice area. This classic first tee experience will be free of any cart paths. Hole number 3 has been expanded on the left side, and bunkering has been adjusted to present strategic options from the tee. Depending on the day's hole location, golfers can choose to lay up short right near the Baranka, or play to a higher flat area on the left, or carry the long central bunker and attempt to drive the green. The green has been expanded to its original size with multiple hole locations and a left to right swinging approach. The existing head walls and large pipe will be removed to allow for the restoration of the Baranka between the 5th and 8th greens. The 5th green has been shortened slightly and will wrap around the Baranka edge from left to right and will allow for a safer run-up shot to the right. The 8th green has been moved to the left near the restored Baranka and provides an additional buffer from the adjacent property boundary on the right. The green will run parallel to the Baranka with an open entry approach. The 6th and 9th tees are combined into one continuous, tightly mown communal tee area. This is similar to the current number 12, 15, and 18 tee complex. This will no doubt be one of the real exciting feature areas of the course. The 10th green to 11th tee connection is being reimagined to eliminate road crossings. The 11th green will be expanded and the Baranka will be widened for a more dramatic experience, similar to the original Macbeth green design. The 12th green is moving slightly left along the Baranka edge. This new green location will offer a stronger landscape buffer from the adjacent condominiums along the tees of hole 13. The exit point of the existing culvert pipe will be adjusted so that it is not visible when playing the 12th hole. Arguably the most famous area of the golf course, it is the first and last impression members and guests will have of the course. The Baranka will be restored and widened, and the 18th green expanded as close to its original form as possible. Existing hardscape between the clubhouse and 10th tee has been reduced, and the cart path has been relocated east of the putting green to create a continuous band of turf grass from the 10th tees through the putting green and down into the 16th green. The putting green will now sit on the edge of the Baranka, looking down on the dramatic greens of holes 16 and 18. Special exhibition tees will also be possible for holes 10 and 17 from this area. These are just a few highlights. Bunkers will be rebuilt with efficient drainage, and there will be no doubt they will be easier to maintain and more playable and accessible for members and their guests. Tees will also be made larger, particularly on par 3s, and you will enjoy level tees that will have a complete and efficient drainage system beneath. In summary, our project has 4 primary objectives. First, we aim to update and improve the agronomic conditions and address the overall golf course infrastructure. Second, we want to enhance the aesthetics, stability, and hydrological function of the Baranka. Third, we're committed to strengthening the perimeter landscaping and enriching interior views. And finally, we aim to improve the course design while preserving its historical essence and Macbeth philosophies. Before I conclude, I want to express my heartfelt thanks to the board and task force for their unwavering commitment and valuable input throughout this planning process.
3 key questions are on the mind of most members. The first, how long will the golf course be closed? Second, how much will the project cost? And third, where can we play during construction? Well, to complete the project, it will take 11 months, with a plan to close the golf course currently in late September 2024 and opening again in August 2025. Board member Tom Wiesenborn provides an overview of the financial aspects of the project.
Hello, fellow members. My name is Tom Wiesenborn. I am the club treasurer and a member of the board. The board and finance committee are committed to developing a credible project budget to include both construction and impacts on operations. The project budget will be finalized based on completed engineering plans for the Baranka, an irrigation system that has been designed, and studies of the well on hole number 7. Kyle Phillips' golf course restoration plan is complete and grading plans are finished. Bid package has been distributed to 5 contractors who will bid on the golf course construction. They will also bid on the landscape plan, which has been completed by Pinnacle Design to include demo plan, grading and grassing of the native areas, and the interior and perimeter landscaping. The Finance Committee will then review the bids, consultants' fees, and provide a suitable contingency and present the membership with a comprehensive financial plan to include debt, cash flow, and member assessment. As it is now envisioned, member equity would be increased at the project's completion by an amount equal to the membership assessment. It is the goal of the Finance Committee and the board to present the membership with a financing recommendation that is acceptable at a vote of the membership. We look forward to providing more detail on the scope of the project and the components of the project financing once the project's costs have been received and reviewed by the Finance Committee and approved by the board.
To address the question of reciprocal privileges and places to play during golf course construction, Task Force member Cynthia Kinney summarizes the plans.
Hello, fellow members. I'm Cindy Kinney. There's been a lot of talk around the club about where we will play if the golf course is closed for an 11-month restoration. In the past, we have provided reciprocal playing privileges to members of other clubs undergoing construction, and that practice is now paying off. There are currently about 20 local clubs who are willing to let us play their courses during the proposed construction period. There will also be golf trip opportunities where groups of us can travel, play, and spend time together. So we want to assure you that there will be a variety of opportunities for us to continue playing golf together during a restoration. The clubhouse will also be open for dining, fitness, and social activities.
Thank you to fellow members, the project team, and experts who provided us with this information regarding the golf course restoration. As promised, on November 9th at 6 p.m., we will have a special meeting of the membership in the clubhouse to formally vote on the restoration. Members will be asked to approve an increase in the club's master credit facility and then the project itself. As you've seen, we can fix our irrigation system. We can repair and restore our Baranka. We can make accessible and playable our bunkers. We can have exemplary and drought-tolerant greens year-round. We can be water-wise. We can install modern drainage. We can make the course more playable for the low and the high handicap with new and larger teeing grounds. We can enhance the front of our clubhouse with grass and seating areas as it was in decades past. We can landscape our perimeter and create native space that is playable and maintainable. and we can have bridges that fit the aesthetic of our property. We can now do all of these things that for years most of us thought impossible. For those of you apprehensive, speak with a task force member, our consultants, or experts before November 9th. Get answers to your questions from the folks who know so that you can make an educated and self-determined decision. We are each stewards of this 104-year-old institution. Everyone wants what is best for our course, and what is best for our club, and what is best for our future. We know the state of our infrastructure. The price of inaction is simply too great to bear, particularly if we are true to our responsibility and obligation for the good of the club. We ask for your support on November 9th.